Okay, so this reading is for the divine masculine. So that doesn't necessarily mean gender, but if you do associate as a male, or you may be a female in a very male type of energy this month. So you might be having to use a lot of logic and strength, and you might be manifesting quite strongly this month. You might be in a leadership role, or you might be driving change, or you might be very business orientated, or like you just need to get a lot of things done this month. And this month isn't your month for just healing and letting things flow and allowing things to end, and to see the bigger picture on things that's going on. This might be your month where you need to embrace more of your divine masculine, and that's what this reading is going to be about. We'll just pull in for a collective reading for the divine masculine. So what I'm going to do, I've already read for the divine feminine, so if you want to see that reading, that's the other one that I'll post. But how I do this, and this came to me very intuitively, is that I read the divine feminine because she always goes first, and then I flip the tarot from the feminine, and then we read that for the masculine, and then I'll pull other cards individually for that energy. So I flipped the tarot already. What I can tell you for the divine masculine for the month of May, and I think it's going to span into June a little bit, while the feminine is allowing her endings to happen and for her to be redirected and to see what needs to shift in her life, that's already happened for you. So the worst of it's over. It's pretty much right. We're starting off the month. You're probably already into it. Like whatever needed to end has ended. And now we're flowing into the new beginning. So you are doing a lot of new beginnings this month. If you had a breakdown in a relationship, and so that can be partner, but it can also be workplace. It can also be family. It can be your neighbor. It can be anyone who you had a close bond with. So friendships as well count. So if you did have a friendship or a relationship that came to an end, that's all finished. The lessons were learned, the karmic cycles were tied up, wrapped up, put a bow on them. We've done all that now. So now you get to step into the new phase. And the important thing here for you is when you step into this new phase and this energy begins to cycle out, I want you to look at things differently this time. And I think you've got the growth and the experience that has come from this ending and how you saw someone, but there is definitely an aspect of when people start to show up again, because as you clear out old energy, you make space for new things to enter. So whether they are people or experiences, this time you're not going to be that person who went through the last cycle. So you take all that growth and all those lessons, and you're actually going to be looking at people differently, and you're going to be entering those situations differently, and you're a new person and you have so much more growth. But I think it needs to take time. So I don't think it's going to happen quickly. I think you're going to be, while you've learned the lessons, there's still a lot of things that we need to shift, and they're going to be shifting, and the shift's starting to happen. But there's lots of reflection for you. So the month of May for divine masculine, I would think there's lots of reflection going on. So the cycle's beginning, but there is a call for you to start looking wider at what's out there for you. Did you miss something? Are you missing something? Was something presented to you but you couldn't see it in your last karmic cycle because of this relationship that was ending and all the things that needed to happen for your karmic cycle to close out? So you're stepping into the new. I love that. I'm already pulling the energy cards for some reason and they've gone over here. So, okay. Oh, this looks good. So this is very family orientated, it feels, and we've got the family card coming out, and so this is like the woman holding a heart card. So if there was someone holding your heart, or there's someone about to enter to show you like what love is like in your heart, and like just to see what you're capable of, it really feels like this new cycle is going to have so much energy, like heart chakra work in it. And I actually really like that because men often don't get to, or people embodying divine masculine, it is hard to bring heart focused energy into that because you need to be so driven and you need to have this drive about you. But I think it's starting off slow because we want to heal the heart, and the heart has a lot to give. And I think the capacity in your heart is going to grow with this, the way you're looking at people differently. And maybe you pull in some empathy in here too. Like that's just started twitching my eye. So I think that's a thing. So maybe you'll be more have more empathy towards people who have been through similar journeys, or you'll be able to enter a situation and be, the old me would have done it like this, but now I see things differently and I feel differently, and I can still push ahead and I've still got direction, I still have structure, but it's going to soften a little bit. But it is going to take time. So this definitely has a feeling of like, oh, it's just like the start of it. Like, we've shifted the energy, we're working towards something new, but don't expect big things. Like, the feminine is going to go through big things in May of like things ending and being shifted. The masculine just needs to like hold in that strength and know that it's done. Whatever happened, the worst is done, the worst is over. But as we step into the new, we need to allow space for like reflection and where we've been and where we think we might go. And you're also coming up with strength too. So I feel like the next month is really going to pull on like the strength of us as an energetic dynamic, you know? So while the feminine is doing things, the masculine is doing things, and we all just kind of need to sit in this space for a little bit while these cycles shift. Yeah, awesome. And so there's an energy of being able to look at people differently, and I think you're going to find people who inspire you now, and then you're going to grow with them in some type of like community capacity. And you've accepted, that just lines up with that Six of Swords that's in there. Like, you've accepted it, everything was meant to be. You see the bigger picture. I love that, because it's really hard to actually take a step back. But you need to surrender a little bit more. So this phase is definitely like, I know you probably want to get going, and I know you want to go, and like, you've done it, you did the hard work, it's all over. I think it's just going to be a really slow month. Like, it just needs to go, it needs to unfold as it should. No one's doing anything wrong, everything's fine. It's just the energy and how it has to cycle through this month. So let's get some clarity on if there's any angels working with you this month, and then I'm actually going to pull from the random deck that I have. So, Uriel learning experience, yeah. So just light on lessons. You definitely have like a bigger perspective chipping in. You'll be able to stand up taller. You'll be able to look at things differently. I feel like it's a vantage point, which you probably haven't been to before. And then let's have a look where this is going. So you can't see it right now. So I think you're going to really be like focused on like where this is all going, but you can't. Like, we can't show you just now. Like, you can't see it because you're not meant to see it. You need to just pause. It's for your health and well-being. Anything that you've been through, like lots of father wounds here are like going to be healed, which is the perfect time to heal those while the feminine is working on like her endings. Patience has come up again. Like, this is definitely going to be a very slow cycle for the masculine this month. I don't mind it though, because I feel like there's lots of growth in where you're going and what you're going to do with that. And then I'll just check in to see whether we need to pull in anything else. Yeah, you're just gonna, it's just slow. It's just slow, but it's good slow. It needs to be slow for a reason. Don't question it. Let it unfold. You're going to see things differently. People are going to appear differently, but the growth that you've been through to get to where you have is absolutely going to allow you to step up in a couple of months' time when this energy starts to round out again and speeds up. So I like that. And that actually aligns up with the astrology too. So I hope that's helpful. That's actually super fun. I would love to do this more often. So if you like it, if you don't understand what I did, shoot me a message. I'll also do like random reads if anyone wants to do that, because I'm not reading cards very often for circumstances. So I'd still love to pull cards like this. So if you're watching this and you're a divine feminine or a masculine and you have more questions, shoot them in and I'll see if I can get more clarity for you. Otherwise, I will hopefully see you next month and we can do it all again.